Imagine endless rows of cucumbers basking under the sun, seemingly innocent, yet hiding a story that could shake the pickle industry to its core. Farmers harvest them with care, but behind the scenes, a different truth begins to unfold. A truth they'd rather keep hidden. From tiny seeds to the brining tanks, every step of the process holds secrets that have been buried for years. And the scale? Unbelievably massive. In places like China, where millions of tons of cucumbers are grown annually, this operation is as complex as it is controversial. Think you know pickles? What we're about to reveal will change the way you see them forever. Let's dig into the truth behind this iconic snack, and the industry they don't want you to question. Every pickle starts as a tiny cucumber seed. Farmers carefully plant each seed at precise depths, using advanced machinery to optimize growth. But is this precision hiding deeper truths? The soil, rich and well-drained, is engineered for perfection. Yet whispers of questionable practices are emerging. And cucumbers don't grow alone. Bees, hailed as vital pollinators, are strategically placed near crops to boost yields. But could these beneficial insects be caught up in an operation that's more calculated than it seems? Their role may be natural, but the intentions behind it could reveal more than meets the eye. Once planted, seeds are closely monitored. Advanced irrigation systems keep them thriving, and farmers meticulously remove weeds to ensure nothing hinders their growth. On the surface, it's all about balance and care. But what's hiding beneath the surface of this perfectly crafted process? This mix of traditional techniques and modern technology creates cucumbers crisp and ready for pickling. But planting is just the beginning. What follows is a process so polished, it raises questions about what's left untold. Ready to uncover the truth? You'll be shocked by the next steps in this operation. Before we dive deeper into uncovering the truth behind this controversial industry, I need a quick favor. I'm on a mission to reach 1,000 subscribers, and your support would mean the world. If you're intrigued by what we're revealing here, hit that subscribe button and join us for more eye-opening stories. Alright, let's continue. When the cucumber plants reach their peak, loaded with fresh green fruit, the most critical stage begins: the harvest. It might seem straightforward, but behind the scenes, this step reveals a mix of precision, labor, and some eyebrow-raising practices. To avoid bruising the delicate cucumbers under the scorching sun, farmers use shaded systems to protect both the workers and the produce. But here's where things take a turn. Automated harvesting machines are stepping in, replacing traditional methods. These machines collect, sort, and store cucumbers with astonishing efficiency. China, producing a staggering 77 million tons of cucumbers annually, relies heavily on this blend of human expertise and mechanical innovation. But behind this impressive scale lies a side of the story few know about: the potential shortcuts and risks that come with racing to meet such massive demand. Once the cucumbers are harvested, they're whisked away to a critical checkpoint, the cleaning and quality control station. But while this step might seem routine, what goes on here is anything but ordinary. First, the cucumbers are thoroughly washed to remove any dirt, dust, or pesticide residue picked up in the fields. High-powered water jets ensure every cucumber is spotless. Next comes the manual quality check. Workers meticulously inspect each cucumber, removing any that are damaged or misshapen. What comes next is the heart of the process: brining. It's where cucumbers are infused with bold, tangy flavors. But is everything as perfect as it seems? The truth about brining might surprise you. Once the cucumbers are cleared for processing, they enter the heart of the operation, the brining stage. This is where the transformation happens. The cucumbers are submerged in massive brining tanks, filled with a salty, flavorful solution. But here's the twist. Each company boasts its own secret blend of spices and herbs, from classic dill and garlic to bold, modern twists. While these recipes claim to elevate the flavor, could some of these secrets be hiding something more concerning? For 1 to 4 weeks, the cucumbers soak in this brine, which draws out moisture while infusing them with flavor. Conveyor belts and lifting machines carefully handle cucumbers, ensuring their delicate skins remain intact. The brining process may seem like the peak of perfection, but there's more to this story. What happens when these pickles leave the tanks? Once the cucumbers have soaked up their flavor in the brine, they're ready for their final transformation. This step turns them into the pickles you see on supermarket shelves. But are they as flawless as they appear? The cucumbers are carefully removed from the brine and sorted for slicing or whole pickling. Machines slice cucumbers into precise rounds for chips, thin for a crispy crunch, thicker for a chewier bite. Whole cucumbers are delicately handled to keep their shape intact. But questions linger. Does this attention to detail extend to every jar, or are some batches slipping through unnoticed? Conveyor belts whisk the pickles to filling stations, where glass jars await. Each jar is packed, topped with pickling liquid, and sealed at high speed. While the process seems seamless, are all jars meeting the same standard? Reports suggest some inconsistencies might be creeping into the system, raising concerns about quality and safety. Finally, the jars are labeled, inspected, and packed for global distribution. They may look picture perfect, but is everything behind the scenes as polished as it seems? As these jars line shelves worldwide, the question remains, is every bite as trustworthy as it should be? Next, we'll dive into the hidden truths about pickles and reveal what you might not know about their impact on your health. Pickles might seem like an innocent snack, but they've gained a reputation for being more than just crunchy and delicious. These tangy treats boast health benefits that make them a surprising contender in the wellness world. But are they as good as they seem? One of the biggest draws of naturally fermented pickles is their probiotics. These gut-friendly bacteria are known to aid digestion, boost immunity, and support overall gut health. But here's the question, are all pickles on store shelves delivering these benefits, or are some falling short? Their high water content also makes pickles incredibly hydrating, a bonus for hot days or post-workout refreshment. And because they're low in calories, they can offer a satisfying tangy bite without guilt. Yet, not all pickles are created equal. Many are loaded with hidden sugars and sodium. What does this mean for your health? Even their skins, when left on, provide fiber for improved digestion and regularity. Some research hints that compounds in cucumbers might even help regulate blood sugar. But are these benefits compromised by the additives and shortcuts in large-scale production? Pickles may still be a snack worth savoring, but what's hidden behind the label matters more than ever. In our final thoughts, we'll reflect on what this scandal reveals about the industry and what it means for your favorite crunchy treat. Not all pickles are created equal, and that's where the intrigue begins. From whole, bumpy cucumbers to perfectly sliced rounds, the variety is endless. But as this scandal unfolds, it raises the question, are all pickles living up to their reputation? Some are carefully brined for weeks, absorbing layers of rich, tangy flavor, while others are rushed through the process for speed, sacrificing quality along the way. And those iconic spices like dill, garlic, and mustard seeds, they're the secret to creating distinct flavors. But are they always what they claim to be? Whether it's a crunchy dill pickle or a sweet bread and butter twist, each style transforms snacks and meals into something unforgettable. Yet, with the hidden shortcuts and controversies in the industry, are consumers truly getting the authentic pickle experience they crave? The satisfying crunch may be universal, but the truth behind how it's made, that's a different story altogether.